Late night boxing talks. Talking about the late night boxing talks. Ay! We gonna let the list populate, man. It's a dark day for some of us. Some of us who wanted to see our buddy Dillian White live out a dream. The odds were stacked against him. We knew that from the beginning. We cheered for him anyway, because sometimes that's what you got to do, even if you know that things ain't gonna work out, and then it be like that, and and I really want. No, I mean, all fuckery aside, I did want to see him win that fight. I ain't gonna lie about that. Tyson Fury's fans almost expect people to be apologetic that we're not all falling to our knees and groveling and all this craziness, and it's like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like y'all cats gotta chill. You know what I mean? I was Goody Boxing Bodega in the building. Rusty Taylor, Ivo Dave, Karma. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like they want you to apologize. You should have loved Tyson Fury. Like, it's this weirdo, right? It's a guy on here. His name is Sly Tendencies, right? He one of these dudes that act like he want to give Tyson Fury a back rub. And he commented some slick shit. And he said, oh, you sound like a nerd, right? That's what he said. And he thought that I forgot what he sound like. See, yeah, I do voices for the relay. I might do a Bob Arum. I might do that old English guy. I forget his name. I'll do voices. But you, my guy, you actually talk like that, and you think I forgot when I actually had you on here. And you was really talking like this, like yo, the nerve of you, the nerve of you. Hey, was Goody Ivo Dave in the building? Fury fans are delusional. The problem is that fanboys are a problem everywhere. I love all boxers, but stop with the worship of these people. Country in the building. It's almost like they want you to apologize. You didn't want Fury to win. No, I didn't. I wanted to see Dillian White upset the apple cart. And you guys wanted to see Usyk upset the apple cart, didn't you? Y'all didn't want AJ to win that fight. Y'all wanted to see Usyk win that fight. Because y'all got some kind of strange hate for that dude. I don't know what it is. I think that's gonna be the theme of tonight's late night toxin box. It's like, yo, like what is y'all? You know what I mean? Like y'all just want everybody to Furies. Like, no, bro. Fuck is you talking about? No, he beat Dillian White, and that's messed up. I would have liked for Dillian to win the fight, but better still, he beat Dillian White, who y'all said was garbage anyway, right? So how could the same people that said Dillian is garbage all of a sudden think Fury is this, that, and the other for beating some garbage? Y'all the ones that called him garbage, right? So how could he be all that for beating garbage? Y'all got to make y'all own shit make sense. How is he the GOAT for beating him? Or he the GOAT for beating Bambi? Y'all didn't think much of Bambi until after he beat him. Wait a couple of weeks, and you gonna see the same Tyson Fury fans. Oh, Dillian White. Oh, all of a sudden you like him? All of a sudden? Now these suckers are saying Crawford ran the snack because he is. Man, listen, man. They nervous, man. They nervous. And it's just like I don't know. I don't know how people's minds work. You know, I mean, well, I do, and it's unfortunate because I wish I didn't. But they just weird people, man. Like it's this old dude. This dude is like 45, maybe. He look like he pushing 50. I don't know. And he just act like he want to put all the baby oil on Tyson Fury back. He on Twitter. I think his name is Guru or Asylum or just he act like he want to rub baby oil on Tyson back. Like, bro, why don't you chill the fuck out, yo? Like, chill out, fam. What's the matter with you? Karma, don't start that shit. Your boy gonna get knocked out, Karma. It's in the stars. You should know it. It's in the stars. Spence gonna get knocked out. Ugas stole like 2 punches and both of them hurt Spence. He threw like 2 punches that whole fight, and both them shits had Spence looking shaky, like, Ugas threw 3 punches that whole fight. He threw 3 punches. All 3 of them shits had Spence looking. Crawford gonna hit him. He going, man. He gonna punch the eyebrows off of Spence. Spence gonna look like Ugas after that fight. He gonna punch the eyebrows off of him. Terrence Crawford. When I see their happy faces talking shit about me. Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna beat Errol Spence and take his WBC. Where can you go? Yo, I sing mad nice, son. Poor Dillian. He takes uppercuts when the world don't treat you right. Like, yo, it's like a conversation that I just had on Twitter. I had a conversation on Twitter, and I said, Spence's fans don't make sense because they expect us to look at Danny Garcia as a credible welterweight for things he did at junior welterweight. But when it comes to Crawford, they completely ignore his junior welterweight resume, even though he's more accomplished than Danny. He is. If Danny's claim to fame is beating Amir Khan and Lucas Matisse, Bradis Prescott knocked out Amir Khan in one round before Danny Garcia. And who beat Bradis Prescott? Terrence Crawford. Danny Garcia get wild love for the Matisse fight. That's cool. Get love for the Matisse. I ain't even holding him. Like, yeah, Matisse was a good win. Like, it was. But Victor Postol broke his orbital bone after that. He beat the shit out of him. And Danny paid him to step aside. Who beat Victor Postol like it wasn't nothing? Like nobody beat him. Terrence Crawford. When I see their happy faces talking shit about me. Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna take Errol Spence's WBC. I do need help, B. I need help with all these Spence fans, man. They making me aggy. I wanted to go to the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano fight, man, but that shit is like 5-6 hours away, B. I really wanted to go to that shit too, man. But it's 5-6 hours away. It's on a weekend. It's like, nah, it's too much planning, B. It's too much. I and the kids. It's like, nah, it's a hassle, bro. It's a hassle, man. Seventh Heaven was that shit, bro. Jessica Biel, motherfucking Matthew Fox. Was that Matt? No, that was part of your five. Matthew Fox was part of your five. Seventh Heaven was the pastor, Jessica Biel, and all of them. And they had the church, and they had the different issues that happened in the church. That was a good show, bro. Where can you go? Some shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? My man got knocked out, man. You know, you win some, you lose some. It be like that. But motherfuckers is really acting like the shit don't make sense. Like, if you think that everybody ain't shit, you basically saying Fury ain't beat shit because you keep saying that everybody ain't shit. So how the fuck could he be the best for beating a dude that Joshua beat 6 years ago by a knockout with an uppercut? This shit don't be adding up, bro. That's all I'm saying, yo. Nah, I did. Really though, I did. And that's the part that now I feel like a dick. Like, yo, I had mad time to get everything situated for that. I had mad time. But it's because I'm like, yo, I gotta get everything sorted with them. And I gotta book. Like, nah, see, I ain't doing all that. Because I'm on my old man shit. Like, yo, if it requires me to think harder than I normally do, it probably won't happen. Lance Meyer in the building. Boxing guard numero siete. William Black Wolf by far a more brutal knockout by uppercut. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm not even diminishing Tyson Fury's victory, and I don't want it to be misinterpreted as that like I'm downplaying it. No, Dillian White is a top 10 heavyweight today. That is a credible win. That does count towards Tyson Fury's body of work and his claim for being a premier heavyweight. Of course it does, because Dillian White is a somebody. So I'm not even trying to take that away from him. I'm saying that the way his fans is, the shit don't make sense. Like, bro, you think that everybody ain't shit. Y'all said Wilder ain't shit. So that after the fight, y'all could talk about him like he motherfucking Sonny Liston. It don't make sense. Y'all said you said White ain't shit and whatever. Like Fury didn't struggle with him, but guess what? Y'all say he ain't shit. So how could you be the dude for beating a dude that ain't shit? It can't be both. Cut that shit out, Karma. Cut that motherfucking shit out. Cut that shit out. Dillian White is the Keurig Coco Bread champion. He's the champion. Right? I wanted my man with the cocoa bread, the beef patty with the cocoa bread, to win the fight. Unfortunately, he got laid out. He got stretched. It happens, yo. It happens. You know what I mean? But he can still get money. He can still do things. Come out with a record or something. Century in the building. Yeah, it's logical consistency. Yeah, it isn't. It isn't, because their whole thing is they want to get the Jergens and watch Tyson. Like they sitting at home like that watching Tyson Fury fights. Hey, bro, y'all, a lot of y'all cats is weird, and y'all think motherfuckers don't pick up on, like, yo, you like this guy a little bit too much, and you need to chill. It's the same with the Spence fans. How you gonna say Crawford, Danny is credible for beating who? He didn't beat nobody at welterweight. Only people he beat worth mentioning was at 140. Coincidentally, Crawford is more accomplished than him at 140. So if Danny is credible for victories at 140, Terrence is credible 2 times over for beating better people than Danny. Oh, Danny beat Amir Khan. Big fucking deal. Bradis Prescott beat Amir Khan in less time than it took Danny before Danny. And who beat Bradis Prescott? Terrence Crawford. Well, smiling at me. The fuck? Yeah, R.I.P. DJ K Slay, man, making me feel old out here. K Slay died earlier this week. I think it was a heart complication due to COVID. Shit is crazy, man. Hey, yo, 70 peeps in the chat and too many few likes. Real shit, yo. Like this motherfucking shit, yo. Like this shit. If you here and you hawking me and stalking me, the least you can motherfucking do is like what the fuck you watching or send in a super chat. Let me know who you are and where you're from and where the fuck you at. You know what I'm saying? What sucks is Undisputed is still on pause. Facts. That's FitX. That's FitX. We don't, it's still in the air because they're already saying that. Oh, he, the greatest of ever. So when you say shit like that, it's like you trying to give him a pass to dip when really what it is you fucking nervous. And I know why you fucking nervous. I know why y'all want him to leave at 34. He ain't even 34. I think he's 33, about to be 34. I know why y'all want him to dip. And it ain't because you think he the greatest. It's because you want him to be undefeated so you could keep bumping your fucking gums. Because if Usyk beat AJ, you know who he coming for. And you don't like the idea of that fight. I ain't saying shit. I'm saying you don't like the idea of that fight. Because you heard what he told Joe Rogan, Smoking Joe Rogan, on the Smoking Joe Rogan podcast. Them little dudes give him problems. If Steve Cunningham, you saying Steve Cunningham was the hardest fight of your career, what will Usyk be? Steve Cunningham, God bless him, he ain't Usyk. If Wilder gets that WBC, oh man, nah, I don't even want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. But I mean, look, the beating that he got, the thing about him is the beating that he got, because he's an ego guy, because he's the kind of guy that drank his own Kool-Aid, is different when he get his ass beat. He will not have the same confidence that he had in the past, that era of invincibility, that I'm the greatest of, that I'm just that shit. Nah, not after them, because he got systemic ass whoopings. Like, he didn't just go in there, knock you out like with White. He beat the fuck out of you. You landed your best shot, couldn't keep him down. So your best shot moving forward, you're not going to have the confidence that you had, because he beat the fuck out of you back to back 2 times, 2 years in a row. Yo, I'm about to shoot you a link, Alexis. Yo, we ain't going to have 20 people up here tonight because I want to be able to get a word in edgewise without 10 people talking at the same time. Wilder is psychologically broken. He was already mentally weak. Now he's wrecked. He needs to believe only Fury could beat him. And, in order to psychologically cope, that might be the shit. Like, People don't want to look at that for what it was. Even now, people have arguments about that shit. And it's like he was a cherry pick gone wrong. Don't motherfucking tell me that he wasn't. Yes, he was a cherry pick gone wrong because Fury's reputation before the Wilder fights was not that he's a puncher. Nobody thought he was a puncher before the first fight or the second fight. It was in the second fight that people was like, oh shit, Fury could punch. Not the first fight. Everybody knew that. Everybody seen he fought Sefer Safari, which was a glorified sparring session, and Francesco Pianetta. Nobody thought he looked like a world beater in none of them fights. Nobody thought that, all right? This whole air came from the Wilder fights. All right, I'm about to get Red Breed up here, see what Red Breed got to say about the shit. All right, Red Breed, where you from? Where you at? What's going on here?
Hey, so I'm from North Carolina, but I'm in AZ right now. But so what are we talking about tonight?
We talking about Dillian got his ass beat, and I would have liked to have seen Dillian just fulfill that dream, just because I like upsets personally, because upsets shake shit up when upsets
I,
happen. It
I,
just
I feel you, but I always felt that fight was a waste of time. Like people kept trying to say that Dillian would have like beat Wilder or whatever. I don't think so. Like
let's say
to
that,
me,
but let's say this though. I don't think it was a waste of time because think about it, for Fury's legacy and what he wants to build or what his fans want him to be. Now he could say that I did that. You know what I mean? That I did that. Like the motherfucker
yeah.
kept talking shit. And I fucking did that, and it looked good though, like for real, like it looked good that he did it, like yeah, like you wanted a shot with Wilder and you never fucking got it, but I got you your shot and I fucking took you out, so yeah, you got
But
respected.
but why do you know why I think it's a waste of time is because I view it as like it's like if Spence were to fight Thurman next. That's a waste of time. Like that's old news now because I just want Fury to unify, or not unify, but like go undisputed by fighting Usyk or Joshua, and like we can settle who's the best of this era. That's then you can retire. Like, why are you retiring with like one thing left? You know what I mean?
But also this, because like I want to do a video on it, which is why I'm gonna limit what I say. But I will say this much that I'm like, listen, the title defenses that Muhammad, if we gonna get into Ali's and the Joe Lewis's, right, of the world, and the Larry Holmeses of the world, remember that a lot of them title defenses that Ali had, that wasn't just title defense of a belt. That was undisputed title defenses, lineal title defenses. You see what I mean? So when you gonna put him in that position, you talking about putting Fury as up there? Nah, fam. You wild? How? Not off of this? Or because he defended it against Wilder and he defended it against no. If we gonna start talking about some Larry Holmes, Larry had over 20 fucking title defenses, bro. Over 20. All right.
And in a tougher era.
And a tough fucking era, B. All right. Ali didn't just have title defenses, those was undisputed, lineal title defenses. So for Fury to make off like a bandit that, because he defended it against Wilder in a third motherfucking fight, and then he fought White. Bro, no, you don't get to be in that club or for that. No. Like you dope. We might could say that you this era's guy. Even if he was to retire, right? Like right now, there's still enough of an argument there that you could say, yeah, he was the guy, but he was the guy, but not for you to be just in that hall with them people, for you to bring the coffee to Larry Holmes, right? Nah, you gotta be undisputed, fam. Fuck out of here. You gotta be undisputed, fam.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't leave like stones unturned like that,
Because fucking Larry didn't. I know that fucking shit. Larry didn't. Ali did. It wasn't no stone unturned when they fought.
Yeah.
Now, Lexus, you seen my man get knocked the fuck out. What do you got to say?
I said that he got exactly what was supposed to happen. The guy didn't belong in the ring with him. I thought it was a glorified tune-up. That's all it was.
You ain't got to talk shit. Why you got to talk shit?
What?
You got to talk shit.
It's
My man got knocked out. Tenga un poquito de respeto que my guy got knocked out, bro.
Listen. It was a glorified tune-up. I have you know what's the interesting thing here, bro? And you know that I got nothing but a lot of love and respect for you, brother. I mean, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
But as I sit here and I watch and saw the process of you coming to that conclusion, it just it really amazes me how it is that the human mind can be affected by, and don't get insulted, by emotions.
Can I say? Let me say.
Your emotions.
No. Te voy a decir algo. Tú y yo, we both knew the deck is, that it's a tall ask for you to be tight. We both know that. We both said that. Like, all right. I'm rooting for the guy because one, I think they did him dirty. I always thought they did him dirty. The WBC did him dirty. How could a guy ranked at number 6, Brazil, get a Mando spot ahead of a guy that's ranked at number 1? That's a fucking travesty. My whole thing was give the man his shot. Whatever's whatever, but give the man his shot. We don't know what'll happen if he get it, but give him the shot. That's the most you could do. That's your fucking job. And he said it himself when he was talking to Mauricio earlier this week. They're like, yo, dog, I was paying my sanctioning fees. You know what I mean? I've been paying I ain't stopped paying my sanctioning fees. How the fuck do everybody else get a shot but me? It shouldn't have took this long. And I agree with that. Like, nah, y'all did that man grimy. And that was my whole thing. Y'all did that man grimy, B. Out of every time he fight, y'all take a piece of his purse. But y'all keep putting him on the back burner.
No doubt about it. But let's not mix the apples with the oranges. This guy, he got his shot against Fury. Fury had nothing to do with him being put on hold. All right, that was a PBC, Al Heyman, Mauricio Suleiman concoction.
That was.
That was a concoction, and I put the onus on Eddie Hearn's failure to establish the backdoor relationships that need to be established in order to get things done. That's it.
Well, also, you got to look at it like this, too. The guys here in America, they're closer to Mauricio. You feel me? Like, he's their next door neighbor, basically. He right there, across the border. So, you know what I mean? He's partial because he wants that. He wants things to be in the established order. You feel me? Like, well, this is the way things have been, so this is how I want things to be. That's how Mauricio get down. And Eddie is playing. Eddie not playing the game that they playing. Feel me? It's more going on in boxing than what the fuck motherfuckers see.
That's clear.
It's clear. Like, it's more going like motherfuckers don't want to it's more going on here than just boxing matches. The fuck? Like the fuck?
To speak to that. Listen, to speak to that. And this is I want you to please just relax, close your eyes, and listen to everything I'm about to tell you.
All right.
When, first of all, Bob Arum was on the outs with the WBC. I don't know if you know that.
All right.
He did not have the pull with the WBC until there was an official kissing of the ring backdoor deal. How did that happen? Whatever happened, it was that about the time that Lomachenko took the trip down to Mexico to the WBC convention about 3 or 4 years ago.
In Cancun.
And then there was a whole big an honorary plaque for Bob Arum given. That was that. Look, okay, now we done what we did. We buried the hatchet. We establishing back relations. There was hurt. There was some resentment because of Bob Arum's WBO relationship, which is much stronger. So probably Mauricio telling me, "Oh, so you got the WBO in your back pocket? Fuck you, you don't got us." So it was tough for Bob Arum to get his shit done in the WBC. He only had one champion, which was I think it was Ramirez.
Yeah, it was Ramirez.
That's the only little belt that he had at the WBC.
Bueno, también tenía Burchell. He had Burchell también.
No, Burchell's not his. Burchell is Sanford's.
Yeah, pero tú sabes que if you in America and you're watching a Burchell fight, you're watching Top Rank.
But Burchell came from the Golden Boy lineage, right? Because he beat Fernando. Well, what is it? Vargas?
He beat Vargas, but I'm gonna say about 5 years ago, the Takeshi Miura fight, the second Francisco Vargas fight, Mickey Roman. Those was Top Rank cards. Those was Top Rank cards. So they had him. They had,
but what I'm saying is that it wasn't like a direct thing. But this is what I'm saying here, because I just want to finish this point. But what happened in that deal, or what happened? That came right on the heels of the ESPN deal with Top Rank.
Yeah.
So now I feel this is how I saw the whole thing, or feel the thing went down. This guy Aaron gets the ESPN deal, says, you know what? It's like the Godfather. He said, today I'm gonna settle all businesses and shit like that, and he's gonna establish. He can set up his family for the future and shit like that. That's what was going on then. He had to tie up the shit with the WBC, get everything, all his ducks in a row, because he was going to move forward in the direction, then pull Lomachenko and get that shot. That's why Devin Haney's belt was the shit moving forward. Then before that, how what's his name? Al Heyman did his thing. He got established with the WBC right off the heel of that big ass $900 million payout. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's greased the skids. Whoever he had to see, Don King hooked him up with who to talk to, how to go about the business to get it done. Because Don King had a really long relationship with the WBC.
He still fucking does. He
So he hooked Al Heyman up with that shit. So now they got all those things in order, and that's why Eddie Hearn he's never been invited to the back room at the WBC. He's never had nothing now back there.
Look. Let me say this. Because I'm with you and I agree with all of that. That as far as that's what's going on. Shout out to Tyree. Shout out to Boxing God. Appreciate the super chats. Shout out to Knowles. Fury said Wilder could return and beat Usyk versus Joshua winner. He's still the BS artist. You're right, Julius. He definitely returned for AJ, but not Usyk. Yeah, that's what my gut tells me. But I'll say this. On one end, I'm with you because I know that is what is, and that is what is going on. So there we agree. What I also don't like about the WBC is they do a lot of shit for me that as a consumer, I find it annoying. Like as a consumer, I find it fucking annoying because as a consumer, I actually wanted to see White versus Wilder several years ago. Why? I feel like Wilder's been around for 2 eras of boxing, but when it came to facing top 10 fighters in the last decade, he only fought 3 and only beat 2. The legitimate top 10 opponents that he's had in his whole resume so far, the legitimate divisional top 10 fighters. One was Bermain Stavern, reigning WBC champion at the time. The other was Luis Ortiz, bottom tier top 10, but he was in the top 10 across the board. TBRB, ESPN, BoxRec, Ring Magazine, didn't matter where you looked. Luis Ortiz was there. Okay, so that's another credible one. And Tyson Fury. And he wasn't even really top 10 when you first fought him. He was top 10 after that. They ranked him in the top 10 after that. That fight is what validated him. And my whole thing was, for a guy who's been around since 2008, right? You were actually here for 3 to 4 years of Vitaly Klitschko's reign as WBC champion. You didn't fight him. Oh, all right, fine. Vitaly was on his way out. Mm-hmm. What about Vladimir? You didn't fight Vladimir. You were here for most of Vladimir's reign. And whenever it's brought up, it turns into this whole fucking thing. Listen, bro, when you want the fight, you go for the fight. Devin Haney just said it, and everybody fucking knows it. When you want to fight, you're going to go for the fucking fight. It's the truth. When you want the fight, you get the fight. It was not their intention to match you against Vladimir. How do I know? They brought you up the WBC ranks, the one belt he didn't have. And they ain't start moving you in that direction until after Vitaly retired. So I'm like, yo, something got to give. You're a champion, all right? Let's forget your first 7 years. I am willing to do that because I know that in George Foreman's first couple of years, he didn't fight a bunch of killers. I know that in Vladimir Klitschko's first couple of years, he didn't fight a bunch of killers. I can forgive everything if your reign is more eventful than what I've seen so far. And I wanted that fight to get ordered. It didn't get fucking ordered. What got ordered was Brazil. Then after Brazil, which was bullshit because Brazil was number 6 and Dillian was already number 1. After that, they made Bermane Stiverne mandatory. And I'm like, how could a guy that the night of the fight has not fought in 2 years, a guy who was initially supposed to fight Povetkin for mandatory status, but Povetkin got popped again, so y'all just going to give it to Stiverne? At least make him fight Dillian and earn it. Nah, y'all gave it to him. But when it's Dillian, he got to jump through hoops and swim in water and make a fucking house and build a net. It's like, bro, come on, just order the fucking fight. Nah, y'all say, no, you can fight Ortiz, not even for a first Mando spot, for a second Mando spot. You still going. It's like, bro, it's obvious what y'all doing. It's just obvious what y'all doing. And I'm not okay with that because that means you're going to keep doing that bullshit. When I want to see a fight get ordered, you're going to keep doing that bullshit. And I don't like that shit because you're supposed to be the channel between the promotional politics that bring order and structure, right, to you. It should not matter which fighters with Golden Boy, which fighters with Top Rank, which fighters. It shouldn't matter. You're supposed to be the one that organizes the chaos and gets through the political boundary lines of promoters and networks. And you literally don't do that. So you're fucking useless.
Right. So here's the thing. And I agree. Like I said, I've told you before, this guy, the WBC carries this prestige with it that is unwarranted. They did not earn it. I don't know if people just like the little color green.
It's the color green, bros.
But that's basically all it is because as far as prestige, prestige should be something that comes from the integrity of the belt.
Well, Alexis, prestige by definition comes with integrity. By definition. So anybody defining the WBC title as prestigious, they don't actually know what prestigious means.
Exactly. But getting back to, I know you got a lot of people talking, but as getting back to the Dillian White thing, Dillian and this fight, like I wasn't joking. I said this is a fucking tune-up, right? And all this criticism that Fury was getting for a fight that he was clearly was going to get made. You understand? And there was nothing to worry about for him from Dillian White. Dillian White, maybe 3-4 years ago, was a more viable opponent than he was today. But his style, he had to get in on Fury, and he doesn't bob and weave to get in. He doesn't have a quickness and elusiveness on his way in, so that was out the window. And Fury, you're right. Fury did not have to go forward on him, of course, because he was just going to make life easier for Dillian. Why was he going to pressure this guy? You box this guy, do exactly what he did. And what I was saying as far as it being a tune-up, to me would have been a tune-up whether he knocked him out or gone 12 rounds. If it would have gone 12 rounds, he would have gone 12 easy fucking rounds with this guy and just beat him up for 12 rounds.
No, I mean, look, right? It's entirely possible for a mandatory challenger to also be a tune-up because that's what Brazil was for Wilder. It's tune-up, bro. It's keep busy fight at best. Not all mandatory challengers are created equal. We know that. Sometimes it's a killer. Sometimes it's Ocampo, I'm with you. I'm just saying that for the sake of making fights, right? Big thing in boxing, Get a guy his shot, yo. If he gonna lose, he gonna lose. Whatever's whatever. But given the unpredictable nature of boxing, right? Because boxing can be that way sometimes. And given the unpredictable nature in association with the heavyweight division, which is more unpredictable really than any division. Like wild shit happens at heavyweight. Fan Man happened at fucking heavyweight. You know what I mean? Remember, fam?
Yep, I remember he got clocked in the head with the radio too.
But that was heavy. That was heavyweight. You know what I mean? Just the other day, F.A. Ajagba, he makes his ring walk. Other guy makes his ring walk. They ring the bell. Guy leaves. It's a heavyweight division.
Hey, Jules. But see, White blew it in a way, though, man, because when he came out in the first round doing that southpaw stuff, it was being effective, and it was kind of working for him. And what happened was two things. One, Fury started utilizing his reach effectively on White. White, for whatever reason, whether he got discouraged or he just abandoned the plan and went to his other way of fighting and then started swinging for the fences and kept missing. So I mean, he's already got a bad gas tank. He's swinging and missing. I mean, he's already setting himself up to get beat. You know, I mean, and then the next thing you know, boop, boop, bing.
It was always going to be an uphill battle because, and we had so many conversations about this that look, in all likelihood, Fury is not going to step into his jab with Dillian. He's going to box off the back foot, moving punch. Go to every live that we talk about this, and we all like, yeah, that dude's not gonna. He's not gonna come forward because that makes Dillian's job easier. What he's gonna do is box him, and we all know, I wanted the kid to upset the apple cart. I'm not gonna apologize for that. Like, I like when upsets happen. I like when upsets happen because that shakes that turns everything upside down, and it's funny as shit. Sometimes
eating AJ, perfect example.
I mean, look, I would say Usyk and AJ is not a bona fide upset because everybody that knows Usyk said, like, yo, that dude stands a serious chance of winning that fight.
Definitely, I picked
Usyk. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Like, let's put it this way, Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko, that's not really an upset. Motherfuckers knew that Lopez is a threat, though. Like, that wasn't motherfucking Lomachenko crawler. Lopez stands a chance. You know what I mean?
The reason why I said Lomachenko and Lopez was an upset was this. I understood Lomachenko was injury prone. I understood this was probably the highest weight Lomachenko was ever going to go up to. But the skill and everything that he had and everything and how he was dealing with people, I would just say, like, hey, this is just a brashy, cocky kid that was over his head, and he proved me wrong. But hey,
it's not like, look, upset in the context, because anytime that the fighter beats the bookie, by definition, is an upset, and that actually happens more often than people think when the fighter beats the bookie. When we talk about an upset, we're talking about something very specific. When the odds are wide against the guy. Okay, in terms of upsets, you think Tyson Douglas, Valdez Burchell, Ruiz Joshua, those are, according to Hoyle, upsets. By definition, an upset is any time the fighter beats the bookie, anytime the fighter beats the odds maker, by definition. Yeah. But what we're talking about is when the odds are fucking wide, bro.
Ruiz, AJ.
When there's a major disparity.
Yeah, but like with Usyk and AJ, that wasn't the case. Motherfuckers knew, yo, Usyk is a motherfucker, bro. Did y'all see what he did to Joe Joyce in the semi-pro fight? He's a motherfucker. Even if you were picking him, like me, I picked AJ to win, and I would have liked for him to have won. But in the back of my head, I knew, yo, you do the wrong fucking thing with this guy, bro, you're gonna lose this thing, man.
Hey, Jules, I'm glad people have brought up this Teofimo Lopez fight against Loma, because what you saw in the ring that night is exactly how you beat Usyk. And this what was it that Lopez was able to do with Loma? He had the footwork and agility to turn with him and not lose sight of him when Lomachenko, does that thing where he ends up behind
his pivot. So when he shifts his weight,
that's what Lopez did. When you fight Usyk, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. But not these heavyweights don't have the agility to do that.
Espera un momento, mi señor, because I gotta say this, right? And this is not gonna be the first time I've said this. I've said it before. Usyk is better than Lomachenko. I've said that before. Usyk is, and I remember when Gennady Golovkin, right? When we still believed in him and all the belts bullshit, I made a meme. It's still up on Instagram. They're like, Usyk is what Golovkin pretends to be. I I wholeheartedly believe that Usyk is a better boxer than Vasyl Lomachenko. Wholeheartedly.
I believe it too because this guy was
But in
undisputed,
terms,
and my
go ahead.
but mind you, like him at 200 pounds, the fighters he fought in that tournament are elite level fighters, like
Yes.
really elite level fighters that can punch, knock people out, and box. So Usyk was really walking, not walking through guys, but Usyk was making some of these fights look easy in that tournament, and prior to that tournament too. Like literally, all of his wins to become undisputed were at other people's cribs, and he made it look easy.
Look
He
what he
made
did
it
Right.
to
look
Tony
easy.
Bellew.
If you look at the
Nah,
moment,
Tony Bellew was winning that fight, bro. Let's not even play that. Tony Bellew was winning that fight, but Bellew, I think he didn't
He
believe
gassed
in
out.
himself.
No,
He
it
gassed
ain't
out.
even that. No.
because
He
that's
gassed out. He gassed
because
out.
that's part of their strategy. That's the Lomachenko strategy. That's part of what they do. That's
I-
Papachenko's whole thing. Now, I just want to say this: the AJ thing, the moments that he did look good, from what I saw against Usyk, was like in the early rounds when he was able to turn with him and meet him with a body shot when he was coming in. Which that was, I'm telling you, he probably looked at Loma Lopez and saw that that's how you're supposed to do, and that's why he tried to implement. The thing is, he can't keep it up. And then
Yeah,
you're
but
tired later on.
let me
Can't
say
execute
this though.
that.
Let me say this. We're attributing to once again, I'm not in the business of making excuses. I have to wrap my mind around what I see. That's all I can do. I saw the fight. I saw the same fight you did, and I saw for the first 5 rounds this guy was hesitant to throw, and when he felt the fight was getting away from him, he said fuck it and fought through the pain because that shoulder shit, I don't believe that was a lie. This is not the kind of guy that makes excuses.
Right.
Like let's get that. He doesn't have that absence of character to where he going to act like a bitch after the fight because no, he been had a shoulder problem. He was coming off the surgery to his shoulder initially before the Pedraza fight, and he got hit a lot in that fight. You know, but before that fight, he had a surgery to his shoulder, and that's a nagging injury that he already had. So if he's saying that he went into the Lopez fight with a nagging injury, of course I could believe it. Plenty of boxers got nagging injuries. Is it an excuse? No, but it helps me understand. Yo, why the fuck didn't you throw for 5 rounds? Helps me understand it. Like the dude didn't throw for 5 rounds. This guy normally throws a lot of fucking punches. By round 3, he start throwing a lot of punches. No, with Lopez, it ain't just the pivot. The dude's shoulder was fucked up, and I firmly
And also,
hold on,
and also with
hold on, and I firmly believe if there would have been a rematch, and Lopez knows it, there would have been a rematch. Lopez loses.
we all know that. That's why he said
I
like,
think
nah,
so.
I
Lomachenko's
think
gonna have to
Loma
come
didn't
back.
like. I think Loma did not like the fact that Lopez was able to turn with him, and he didn't like that power. When he tasted that power to his body, he backed up. And another thing is that Lopez, if you look at that fight, there was a moment there where the referee actually saves Loma from getting knocked out because he got in the way of Lopez finishing it.
I think this is what I think. I feel like Lopez is getting a lot of credit, right? Credit is due. He won the fight. Don't get me wrong. But once this guy started throwing, he couldn't miss Lopez. Couldn't
At
miss him.
all.
Literally, he
At
couldn't miss
all.
him.
But for how long? For how
No,
long?
I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. I'm just saying that late in the fight, when he finally threw, when he started showing some reckless abandon, like
Yes.
fuck the shoulder, fuck the pain, fuck it all, and he started going, yo, he couldn't miss him.
And Lopez didn't have no answer for it either.
He couldn't get out the
At
fucking
all.
He
cage.
did because he finished the fight stronger than Loma did.
No.
I don't think he did.
No. That's
Yes, he
not
did.
the same thing, Alexis. Having an answer for when he starts throwing is not the same thing as
You
getting
mean
off
at
to
the
a strong.
moment?
No. He got off to a strong start and amassed an early lead, and that's why he finished better because he had an early lead. The beginning of
Right.
the fight,
So
But
Lopez
when
did
Loma,
not win the
when
12th
Loma
round.
started connecting on him, he didn't have no answer on how to solve that. He just kept getting hit.
So Lopez did not win the 12th round.
no, he wasn't. Well, I gotta
saying
watch
that.
it. Nah, that's you're taking what I'm saying out of context. Once this guy started letting his hands go and using angles and cutting angles, Lopez couldn't get out of the way of the punches. Did Lopez win the fight? Of course he won the fight, but he was fading. He was fading.
Hey, can I get my thoughts on Tyson Fury or Dillian White?
Yeah.
Once I heard White came out southpaw, I knew the fight was lost for him because this is this is what I think. We all know Dillian White's bread and butter punch is that left hook, but
Mm-hmm.
that left hook has to be landed within mid range to short range, and Dillian White had a 7-inch reach disadvantage. We all know he's not slippery or liquid up top, so we know that he was going to have a tough time getting close to land that left hook to the head or body, and it would have behooved him to do so. But that's the reason why I think he came out southpaw. I just want to throw a winging left hand so I can test the waters. And when he's realized that didn't work, he got outboxed and he just got outmanned and outgunned. And Alexis, I may hate that you said it, but you were right. This was a glorified sparring session, and I wanted Dillian White to win because for the same reasons that Julius said. Because at the end of the day, to do what they did to Dillian White, it was a travesty and it was abysmal. Like, why do I have to fight a guy in Luis Ortiz who already lost the first time
Exactly.
he fought Deontay Wilder? Why
Exactly.
do I have to fight? Why do I have to fight the sixth ranked guy who already got a title shot fighting the unified heavyweight champion of the world in Anthony Joshua? I understand you. We have to play backdoor politics, Alexis. I understand that, but it gets to a point in time that, hey, bro, you do understand that, if I get the government on this, you're not gonna like what happens to you because this is nonsense.
Let me say this. See, I'm with the grimy shit. Don't misunderstand me. I like the grimy shit sometimes too.
Punch a nigga in the dick. That's what you always
Punch him
say.
in the
Like,
dick.
that's
Why
your
not?
move.
If the ref don't see it, it didn't happen. I don't give a shit. Right? I'm with the grimy shit. But when you start affecting what I'm looking at, I don't want to see Brazil versus Wilder. I wanted White versus Wilder. I didn't want Brazil versus Wilder. I didn't want fucking Stavern versus that. This is ridiculous. That man hadn't fought in 2 years, bro.
I know.
What the fuck is this?
And
And this
mind you was gonna give Alexander Povetkin a Mando spot when he got caught for Meldonium.
This the
And you
shit.
like to
He got caught for the meldonium. They told him, okay, because meldonium has ambiguous properties, we can't even hold you for this. So they gave him another shot. They order an eliminator between Povetkin and Stavern. Povetkin tests positive again, but this time it's for Osterin, which is not ambiguous and has been on the banned list much longer than meldonium. Meldonium had just been added to the banned list, whereas Osterin had been there since 2000 something, and they know all about it. So, bang, you out of here. But instead of ordering Stavern versus White, y'all just elevated Stavern like, oh, fuck it. Just give it to him. Bro, the man hasn't fought. And, what the fuck? Why don't you just order another eliminator, if anything? Nah, I know what y'all doing. Y'all doing them favors. Of course you want him to go in there with Stavern again. Of course. It's bullshit. I don't fucking want to see that fight. The fuck I look like being high on Wilder knocking out Stavern when Demetrius King did that before Wilder even knew who Stavern was.
And let me tell you this about Deontay Wilder. I am not excusing 2008 to 2022, right? Because at the end of the day, Muhammad Ali got his first title shot in 20 fights in. I understand he was a lot more accomplished amateur, a lot better fighter. I understand that. But a lot of these fighters, even go back to Joe Louis, I think, did he fight Mike Smelling for the heavyweight title of the world around like his 20th fight or some shit like that?
We ain't even, wait. This is the thing, right? Let me do this. It's the facts. Wilder's a bronze medalist in the Olympics. That's a fact. You know who else? Joe Joyce is bronze, I believe, and Hrgovic is silver. Do any of these guys got 32 fights? No, but they knocking on the door of a title. So there's no excuse for Wilder. There is no excuse. There is no excuse for 7 years of bring along when guys that competed at the same level as amateurs that you did, they didn't need 32 bring along fights to knock on the door of a world title. You were protected.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time. Like, Derek Chisora can fight Vitaly Klitschko and Robert Helenius and like in such a minimum amount of time, you could, because you got to remember he fought a Vitaly Klitschko with 15 wins and 2 losses back in the day, right? If I'm not mistaken. So you mean
Facts.
to tell me you couldn't fight Vitaly Klitschko? You couldn't fight Vladimir Klitschko?
They
But
acting
like,
like they acting like you have to have this super duper deep amateur background to contest for a world title. No, the fuck you don't. And then they act like Wilder didn't go to the Olympics and bronze. He is a fucking medalist, all right? There's guys coming out the Olympics now with bronze, and they got moved way faster than Wilder. So if you needed 7 years to be ready, it couldn't have been because you all at it. It couldn't have been. Not if you needed 7 years.
not at all. But let's look at it like this. Now to Dillian White, I think his mentality was off too, because you give Mauricio Suleiman a talking to. I understand that, but this is the biggest fight of your career. I don't care if you paying all these sanctioning fees. I do care, but if I'm Dillian White's team, I'm gonna say, hey, stay away from that dude. You have more pertinent business in dealing with Tyson Fury. I understand he did him wrong. I understand he did all those things. And Jules, I see your face, because at the end of the day, you do need to tell these cornballs a thing or two about themselves.
My thing is this, that I said it and it aged well. If it's me, the second that they started playing with me, I'm not on the WBC route no more. Fuck a Fury fight. I wouldn't have even been on that route no more. Like, bro, they played with you for years, right? Played with you for years and years and years. The ends, and a lot of people don't like that this is reality, but this is reality. The ends always justify the means or condemn them. Everything you did the last 4 years led you to being knocked out by Tyson Fury. So that was not the route to go. And I said that if you watch the videos I did, I say, yo, he better than me, because I'd have gave up on that. I'd have went to the IBF. If it's me, I'm going, nah. I want leverage by way of a mandatory position to not just fight for a title, but get a respectable percentage, right? All right, this is what you're doing, right? Go the IBF route, bro. You've been on this too long.
He didn't believe he could beat Anthony Joshua, bro. There's a reason why he wanted to fight Deontay Wilder, because
it wasn't the right decision, bro. Not if it led you to getting knocked out by Fury in 6. It wasn't the right decision.
I feel you. Because, but look at it like this. I lose to my rival. I lose to my rival.
No, that was White, bro. That was White. That wasn't Eddie Hearn. That was White. Look, Dillian White is his own guy. He makes his own decision. He manages his own fighters. Like, for what it's worth, he's still a successful fighter. I don't know why people think that this dude is. That dude getting paper. Just know that dude is getting money, right? But what I'm gonna say is, you cannot attribute him going the WBC route as a machination of Matchroom or Eddie Hearn, because Dillian is not a Matchroom fighter by definition. He has no contract with them. He works with them because they have a good working relationship, but he's not a Matchroom fighter. That's one. Two, he's his own man that makes his own decision. I think we all feel that the reason he went the WBC route is because he liked his chances against Wilder. He liked his chances against him. And he figures, if I get the green belt, I could take that green belt to Anthony Joshua, and then, you got to pay me buku.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was looking at a retirement party on that one.
Exactly.
I feel you, because I think AJ would have knocked him out a lot more cleaner and a lot more violent if that were to happen. And look at you with the machination. Look at you with the
machinations, bro. Let me read the super chats. Michelle Joy Phelps putting out that Wilder should fight for the vacant belt if Fury retire is a joke. Even after he insinuated she was sleeping around for access, and then she said this, he didn't say that about her. He said that about Christina Pancha, not her. If he said it about Michelle, he said that about Christina Pancha last year, and that was wild disrespectful, by the way, because Christina Pancha's a fucking shit. One that's she a married woman with a child, right? And she well professional, bro. Where you
wow professional? That's OD.
Well professional, crazy, like where you get that she got to do, like, what you talking about? Like, nah, That was a
You
violation.
see her on Instagram. She's mad wholesome, B. Like,
Yeah, it's like 7-7. Well, I see it.
nah, B. Chill.
You
Let
know,
me
I
read
hope
this.
Wilder. I hope
She's like
Wilder doesn't
she's
get the
like wearing
title
them chicks
back.
on the Magic
Me
Garden, right?
neither. Me neither.
Yeah,
The last thing I want to see is Wilder with a belt.
yeah.
Drew
Can go
says,
home to
read the
Oscar.
other super chat. LOL. Media now pushing for Wilder to fight for the vacant. You know, I realize it because
We'll be
let me
right back
just
to
Hey,
square
fellas,
one, man.
let
fellas.
me express my disgust. Right. I always view America as the infant of nations in terms of character. That they're just a bunch of spoiled fucking brats. Me. I gotta have to be the center of attention. Wilder doesn't deserve a title shot. What the fuck is wrong with all of you? He lost 2 fights 2 years in a row.
Right?
And he
Two
hasn't been fighting ever since.
How
Like,
many
man,
fucking title shots do you want to give him? He
And
got
he
a
was
title shot.
KO'd.
Wait, I'm not done. He
Sorry.
got a title shot at a time when there was already a mandatory challenger assigned. You know, you do realize the third fight, there was already a mandatory challenger assigned. He still got a title shot. He got his second chance. What the fuck?
Yo, fellas, that WBC is not gonna go vacant for a long time.
No, it's not.
It won't be for at least a year. You got to remember that Tyson Fury says a lot of things, all right?
They'll give him time, bro.
And as it is right now, right? He doesn't have to fulfill any mandos
Nope.
for a year.
Yeah, he got
So
plenty
he
of time
doesn't
to make a
really
decision.
have to make any kind of decision for a year. So that's all. That's a lot of noise. I think that he is positioning himself to be able to negotiate on a higher level of split a year from now. But he also wants to be a free agent because it's easier for him to make that Ngannou fight as a free agent and dealing
Yeah,
with Dana White so
yeah, like look, put it this way, right? And I firmly believe this. It's not I don't wanna sound like a hater, but I'm just saying if I'm Fury, bro, if Usyk beat AJ for a second time, bro, I'm going to the WWE. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck I look like dealing with y'all. I ain't getting I get the same bread with motherfucking CM Punk and them. Fucking
yeah,
with them.
Julius.
If it's
Julius,
AJ,
what's Tyson Fury's?
wait. If it's AJ, then I come back. Why? That's different, bro. That's mega. That could be the biggest fight in postmodern boxing. And let's be real, everybody likes his chances against AJ more than Usyk. Everybody
You know
does.
what?
but he
You
beats
know what?
Usyk easy.
Right now, even though Dillian lost, maybe him and Wilder might be a fight to have.
Wilder won't do it, bro. Because Wilder's mentally broke. Yo, look, if a dude tell you that he looking for answers at the bottom of a cup of tea, that dude is fucking finished, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
That
Mentally,
dude
that's
said
a
he got to drink a psychotropic tea with mushrooms in it so he can know what he want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, that says it all.
Yeah,
You gotta
right,
leave.
Julius.
So, Alexis, I gotta ask you a question. Why do you think Tyson Fury would beat Usyk easy? Is it because that Usyk is Tyson Fury is a switch hitter? He can do other things. What do you see tactically outside of the obvious that Fury has over Usyk?
Because he will do whatever he wants to do in that ring to get that fight and beat Usyk. A lot of people say this is the argument. This is the argument that I hear from people, or the observation that AJ should come forward and use his size and beat up Usyk. I tell people that AJ can't implement his size on Usyk because AJ doesn't trust his chin enough to be a pressure fighter. To be a pressure fighter, you need to trust your chin. All right. So we just saw a man that was able to put on 30 pounds, go up to 290 and become a pressure fighter, and then take off the 30 pounds and become elusive. All right. Usyk is a guy who he hits hard enough to stop people, but he's definitely doesn't have any one punch power at heavyweight.
Right.
Okay. So you telling me that he's going to stop Fury? I don't think so. Fury could either bulk up and come forward and take Usyk down, or time him when he does the movement that he wants to do, meet him with the body shots. At the end of the day, when are we gonna start like really just saying like, yo, Fury's a bad motherfucker, bro?
You know what? All right, now let me counter that because this is where I'm at with that. I agree that that's what he would do because that's what I see him doing if he were to fight Usyk. He wouldn't be on the back foot with Usyk. He'd put on the weight and he'd come forward. The thing is that even when I see that, when I think about this, it's the same shit I did with White.
Because you don't like Fury when you see it, you just see him get.
Let me get into my shit. It's not even. I'm telling you, it's not that. I'm telling you, no, it's not that.
Okay.
It's that what Fury said is facts, bro. Look, at cruiserweight, Steve Cunningham wasn't no big puncher. He wasn't, bro. At cruiserweight, he wasn't no big puncher. But Steve Cunningham.
Let me ask y'all something.
Hold on, wait.
Can you just
wait? Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Well, how did that fight end?
Hold on. You just looking at the end as if Steve Cunningham is the cookie cutter image of Usyk. No, he ain't.
No, I'm not.
You saying that? Oh, he knocked out Cunningham.
I didn't bring Cunningham.
No. Well, let me finish my point. What he said, never mind what Steve Cunningham says, never mind what I think. What Fury said is what stands out. He said I was getting outboxed by Steve Cunningham. I couldn't outbox him. I couldn't. He was outboxing me because he was faster than me. He said that, right?
Yeah,
he did.
Now, he caught up to him. We all know that he caught up to him. But if that's how you felt with that caliber of fighter, that caliber of cruiserweight, and you did get knocked down, what I see in Usyk is like, yo, dog, you think that just coming forward? Oh, that's it. Come forward. Oh, that's the key. Come forward. Nah, bro. I don't see that.
My brother.
I see the thing that startles me about the fight and that really makes me want to watch it is everybody saying obvious shit about Usyk. Oh, he got the feed. I see something that Usyk has that these guys don't have. Fury can hit you with shots that you don't see. Usyk is probably the only guy that can hit Fury with shots he don't see. He's the only. I don't think nobody else can. Nobody else. That's the only guy I can see. He could hit Fury with a clean counter. He could shoot a lead left and hit Fury with it. And because you don't see it, it's that much more on it.
I will say this. I really, really respect Usyk a lot. Okay. I respect Usyk like a hell of a lot. I think he has some intangibles that would make that fight awesome. But what I'm trying to say is that both these dudes have intangibles, and things that are outside of the ring and outside of what you can gauge, from seeing. I'm talking about spiritual. I'm talking about mental. But they both have it, right? And the thing that I react with the Cunningham thing so much is that it's not just for AJ. It's not just for Usyk. It's not just for Fury. But people bring up like old fights, and they say, "Well, this guy did that to him, and this and it's fights that the brother do won." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, but all right. Let's have it out. Wait. First, I gotta read these two super chats. Let me read them. I want you guys to keep in mind when AJ was punchy and Miller was pissed hot. White had a chance to fight for the titles, but turned it down because of the money. Yeah, I remember that. I said that you got. I said, look, go to the videos. Don't even believe me. Just go to them. They're there. It's your decision. We'll find out. And I said it in the video. We'll find out if you made the right decision because this could turn out to be a shit move. How long you think Usyk's gas tank lasts against Fury if Tyson used clinching tactics? Also, what is your opinion on the referee in the last Fury bout? First and foremost, which is that's an important question because that's a genuine factor. If Fury tries to tie him up and lean on him, that would drain him. You think that he's going to be there for that? I don't. I literally don't. That dude is gonna be. Hold on, let me talk. You know what Usyk means in Ukrainian? You know what that means?
Isn't it bad motherfucker?
It means the cat. I know because I'm Ukrainian. No, I'm not Ukrainian. But that's what the fuck it means. The cat. You think that? See, this is Fury. All right. Fury had a Freudian slip. Fury had a Freudian slip where he told on himself, where he said that he can outmaneuver the big men because he moves like a smaller man, and that's going to work against the big men, the kluggy men. But against a naturally smaller fighter who's faster, it's a different kettle of fish. Usyk is several cuts above a Cunningham by far and wide. Now, forget Cunningham, because just like Alexis said, which I agree with, we're looking too far into the past for answers. We don't need to look that far in the past. You boxed the southpaw and not Overleen that performed better against you than White, than Wilder, because here's the kicker. If your name ain't Tyson Fury, your fight with Otto gets stopped on cuts. And what's Otto? A southpaw. And what's Usyk? A southpaw. The only success White even had, the only semblance of any success that White had, and it was very short-lived, where he could actually touch you to the body and touch you to the body, because that's the most success he had at all, and it wasn't even that much, was out of the southpaw stance. Once he switched to orthodox, the fight is lost. The fight is lost. But Otto's a southpaw. Watch the fight. He's pressuring you, and you feel funny because you're used to being the southpaw. You're used to having lead foot advantage when you want it. Otto was making you look crazy. Otto's a better fighter than Usyk. No, Otto's quicker than Usyk. Has better feet than him. No. Is Otto this massive puncher that we have to focus on? Oh, you got to have all this power for Fury. No, Otto don't have a lot of power. I've seen Otto. Otto don't have a lot of power, right? But he did the BI with Fury. So on that premise, yes, I at least want to see Fury versus Usyk. That's all I'm saying.
And let me give you, add on to a couple points of what you're saying. And you got to look at Otto, Verleen, Deontay Wilder, and Alexander Usyk. Are they big heavyweights? No. You got to remember, Deontay Wilder in the first fight, and I understand Tyson Fury wasn't, great at all, pushed him back. And mind you, that guy was like 209 pounds, pushing you back on the back foot. And another thing, how much did Deontay Wilder weigh in the second fight? Not that much.
Not that much, yeah. The heaviest he weighed was in the third fight because he was trying to get swole to be strong.
He was like 215 in the second fight, bro. So at the end of the day, he was still landing shots on Fury. Sure, did Fury tear him out the frame in the second and third fight? Yes. But
now let me say this. Let me say one thing too, which I'm saying this to Alexis. What Wilder has, one thing he has, because I don't know if to say many good things about Wilder, and I don't have many good things to say, but I've always said this, and you can look back on it. Wilder, not much of a boxer, no uppercut, no left hook, and not much of a jab. But what he does have, which seems to work for him, is timing. His great timing for the right hand. Yeah, he knows when he sees that in that frame, the shot, he knows when to shoot it. You know who else has good timing? Usyk. Once he decides, watch all of his fights. Don't believe anything I say. Just watch his fights. Once he decides, I'm going to start shooting the lead left, his backhand. Once he starts shooting his backhand, he don't miss.
Yeah, my brothers. Who was the trainer for Fury for the Wallin fight?
Ben Davison.
All right.
Yeah, but I know where you're going. Right. The Javon Sugar Hill. I understand that as a factor.
I'm enjoying this a ton. You guys are doing it to yourselves again.
No, I'm not, bro.
Y'all giving yourselves the whole rap. No, wait a minute. Y'all giving yourselves the rap again.
I'm telling you. No. See, you not understanding. I didn't say shit. Drew said it. Drew said I got thousands on Usyk. Thousands. All I'm telling you is this is why I want to see the fight, because of these things. I want to see what happens. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not Fury's publicist. It's not my job to make sure that people recognize him as anything.
We're gonna see the fight. Fan. It's gonna happen.
I want to see the fight because these is the things that make me want to see it.
Remember, listen, it's gonna happen. Remember one of the first times you ever gave me credit on the Ring IQ a channel was during the Canelo Alvarez Triple G fiasco as to when they're going to fight, this and that and the third. And I said, more than 2 years before, I said, this fight is going to happen. Blah, blah, blah. And I gave the date, right? I said, it's going to be the second year in September. Yeah, it got your ping pong. After I said that, I never argued anybody's point. I didn't want to, because I don't go into this craziness of whether the fight's going to happen. This fight's going to happen because it needs to happen, unless it's true that Fury stays retired, which I would give him a whole lot of credit for doing. I think that it would go in the lore of these fighters that, you know, fucking, you think Andre Ward retired while he was on top? You know what I'm saying? Then Fury, this is like ridiculous. You think Hagler walked away at a good moment? Well,
let me say this, because this is a part of it is why I don't want him to retire, right? Look, what's one thing that
because you love to hate on him.
No, it's bro, like look. I said this about Spence the other day. For all this shit that I give Spence because of his cocksucking ass fans, he must be a good fighter if I want to see him fight Crawford. He must be, because I want to see the fight. The same applies to Fury. I'm not telling you Fury's a bad fighter. I'm saying at 30, well, he's not 34 yet. He's about to be, right? Talking about a 34-year-old heavyweight, unbeaten, who's one fight away from undisputed. I just saw this with Ward, bro. 2 times with him. You could have been, you left super middleweight, no undisputed, even though you were 1 belt away from that. Did the same thing at light heavyweight. That is what counts against him when we start talking about the other fighters. They're like, your dog, you was on the door. You was at the door and you left. So when people start talking about things like how Canelo was undisputed at super middle and you wasn't, that's the shit that counts against you. Now, Fury, you're not an old man, especially not for heavyweight. You know, 34 is not old for fucking heavyweight, bro. Like, it's not old for no motherfucking heavyweight.
They say they don't hit their prime till after fucking 35 or some shit.
Esa la vaina. So I'm like, there's not much left for you to do. I'm not expecting you to take on Tony Yoka, Arslanbek Makhmudov, Hrgovic, Jalilov. These guys, remember those names. I'm not expecting you to take on them. You got 1 bit of unfinished business. That's it. 1 bit. Now, I will admit, and call me a hater, if you want me to respect you and put you up there with Larry and Cassius and Sonny and them, now this making off like a bandit shit, no, because they didn't do that. They had to go through the grinder. They didn't just, I won and I want a big fight and I'm out, because that's your MO. You want a Klitschko fight, I'm out. You want? I'm out. Like, no, enough, bro. If you want to be thought of, or if anybody is expecting me to think of him like them guys didn't do that, bro. Let's keep it a bean. They didn't. The only reason Ali was inactive was because the fucking government did that, not him. So you don't get to be up there off of this. I made my bread and I'm nah. Because it don't work like that, and it ain't never been like that. It ain't never been like that. You gonna be remembered if you leave now. You may be remembered as this era's premier heavyweight. There's gonna be people that remember you that way, but there's also gonna be a lot of people that are like, yeah, he was the guy. But for some reason, I don't think of him up there with Larry and Cassius.
I never would, because I think even if he were to become undisputed, you gotta give me a catalog of undisputed title defenses. You gotta give you. Why
I like
you
this
laughing?
guy. You know why I like this guy? I like the guy who just spoke because he already set it up for the future. Not to give Fury credit if he gets undisputed. He already said it. He said, even if you give me undisputed.
But see, Alexis, you look, Alexis, you like to hide behind the casual shit, but we all know you ain't no motherfucking casual. You know. Ali, you not no mother.
I am the dictionary textbook.
Bro, you the Dominican Burt Sugar. Why don't you cut the shit? You the Dominican Burt Sugar. Cut shit. All right. All I'm saying is this, and this is real spit. This is not me being folksy, right? This is real spit. A part of what makes Ali such a great figure for me is not having a perfect record. Is that you didn't need to fight George Foreman, but you fucking did. You didn't need that. You didn't need Ernie Shavers. You didn't need Ken Norton. You didn't need none of that, but you did that. That's where the respect comes from. They're like, yo, you didn't need to fucking fight Joe Frazier 3 times. He beat you once. Let it go. No, fuck that. We running it back and then we running it back. Ken Norton out here, all these muscles and shit. This big old mustache. You don't need to be fighting these people, bro. You fought them.
And hey, Alexis, let me tell you this. I give full credit for Tyson Fury for beating Dillian White. And if he were to become undisputed, I'll come on this page and I hopefully, like, you know, Julius allows me on his streams and say, hey, Alexis was right. I have no problem saying that. But at the end of the day, how can I put you on the same level as a Lennox Lewis, the same level as a Mike Tyson, the same level as a Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, Joe Louis, or the great heavyweights if you don't have a catalog of undisputed title fights and defenses? Because that's not that. We can say whatever we want about Vladimir Klitschko. Legacy-wise, he's a better heavyweight than Tyson Fury. Hey,
I want to appreciate every time my man get brought up. I gotta appreciate him. Why? Vladimir was that era's Gene Tooney. He was the gentleman boxer, gracious, well schooled, fight the fucking fights, classy and shit. He's like that era's Gene Tooney almost, right? And what I like about Vladimir is win, lose, or draw, he fucking fought everybody. He only dude he ain't fight was his fucking.
I like Fury, but you know what? He's notorious. He's notorious for not defending. Fury is notorious for not defending.
And it's the shit. I don't expect anything of Fury that I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything of Tyson Fury that I don't expect of everyone else. I expect the same things of them. So how is that some hater shit?
I'm just saying, Fury is living his life on his planes, in his own.
And I cannot control that, but I'm not trying to.
Listen, me and you used to crack up about this. This is a motherfucker that got 50% of a pay-per-view event defending a motherfucking Gucci belt around his waist. He said, I'm the lineal champion.
Yo, and people believe that shit, bro.
And he sold that motherfucker. So when you deal with that dude,
people believe that shit, too.
Ok, pero yo nada más lo que estoy diciendo es que él va a hacer lo que le da la santa gana. We all know that. He's going to do whatever he wants. It's just like Alexis just said, he's living his life on his terms. I'm not saying
more power to him.
More power to him. All I'm saying is when I look back and I reflect, I'm not going to see him there. Just me, and all of y'all is entitled to y'all opinions if they're different from mine. We all are entitled to our opinions. And in my opinion, I would feel like, yeah, you left behind some shit. And I just don't think of you as those guys because the era of boxing that I grew up watching, Mike Tyson fought 8 out of 10 top 10 fighters in his at the time. 8 out of 10. They'll tell you he didn't fight. Bullshit. He fought 8 out of 10. You got guys in this era that want to leave because they fought 2 out of top 10. That's crazy.
Now here's what we're gonna get deep on this shit, on some whole real psychological shit. The trip here is that a lot of you are saying that y'all cannot put him in the same category as Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, and all these other cats. You're saying that he doesn't belong in that realm. I'm telling y'all that if you had to bring those guys up to make your point, he's already in that realm.
No, he's not. The only reason I brought them up is because wait a minute. Alexis,
bring them up to say he doesn't belong there.
No, Alexis. The only reason that those names, those aforementioned names, are brought up is because the media outlets brought them up, not me. If it wasn't for them bringing them up, I wouldn't bring them up.
Okay.
I wouldn't bring them up. They say he's like, bro. Once you bring up Ali, the hairs on my arm going to stand up. My eyebrow hair going, because I don't know no motherfucking fighter, no heavyweight that did as much extra credit as Muhammad motherfucking Ali, bro. Nobody. He didn't need none of that shit, but he did it anyway.
I say that the greatest. I believe that there's an argument. Forget about heavyweight. I think that one of the greatest fighters of all time is George Foreman. When I look back at that guy's box rec, spanning, what is it, almost 50 years, 40-something years, and the champions and the names that he has on that resume, and when he fought them, and they fought people on their prime, and some of them are losses. But at 65, I believe it's 65-5 or some shit like that.
Bro, his record is ridiculous.
I think 75 and 9 with 63 KOs or something.
Now let me say this. Let me say this.
Got less than 9 losses.
You brought up George, right? And bringing up George is gonna make me bring up Larry. See, this is why I'm not quick to give that out. George and Larry is two guys that had two separate careers. Now, George had a lot more success in his second career than Larry did in his second career, but Larry was still such a bad motherfucker that he outpointed Ray Mercer. Like you don't just come back and you old and fatter and slower and everything and beat a Ray Mercer. You just don't unless you just great. Unless you just great.
And you fight in the corner doing it too. Because mind you, he didn't move.
And he elevates, because of that, he elevates Mike Tyson a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, George, what was your opinion of Holmes and Ronaldo Snipes fight?
You going way. Wow. You going way. I would have to watch that again.
Yeah,
I'll tell you my opinion. I'll tell you my opinion. I'll tell you my opinion of the Spinks fights. Larry ain't lose them shits. I'll tell you that.
Fellas, at all. Let me tell y'all this. If y'all want to do something interesting, put in on your Google search, on your YouTube searches or Google search, put Sammy the Bull Gravano and Reynaldo Snipes.
All right.
Oh wow!
And you're gonna look Sammy the Bull.
They were
Gravano,
connected.
Reynaldo, huh?
They were connected.
Yes. Go to Sammy the Bull Gravano and motherfucker Sammy the Bull better give me some money behind me shouting him out on.
Is he even still alive?
This is what I'm gonna say. Let me say this about the Spinks fights, right? If Larry Holmes were not as polarizing a figure at the time, they would have gave him them fucking decisions, bro. But Larry was Larry, and Larry ruffled a lot of fucking feathers, and they wanted that motherfucker to lose, bro.
Especially when he talked
Larry told the truth.
Marciano, man, he pissed
Larry told the
off.
truth, man. Larry told the truth, and also, you know what made him so polarizing? Black people really turned their back on Larry Holmes after the Muhammad Ali fight. And again, I always get pissed off.
Yeah, they did.
No, let me say
but it wasn't just you can't. Hold on. You can't just put that on them, because that was, look, for me, right? Looking back, right? Oscar was a great fucking fighter, even though I hated him for beating Chavez. Mm-hmm. And with Larry and Ali, it's that situation. Like, damn, B, you fucking beat Ali.
10 times worse. But hey, let me finish this.
Well, that's because Ali was so loved, though. I mean,
I know. Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, guys,
I'm not trying to cut you off. Go ahead.
I know. I agree with all the sentiments, and I understand it. But Larry Holmes was the man at that time, and Ali understood the brevity of the undertaking. He understood that Larry Holmes was a damn good fighter. That guy was a sparring partner of them. And ultimately, Larry did his job, because he would be damned if he did, and he's damned if he don't. So understand this. I understand we can't tell people how to feel. People gonna love who they love. People gonna hate who they hate. That's just a fact of life. But for him to be like treated so badly by the boxing establishment, mind you, a lot of people didn't even like Muhammad Ali. Mind you, these are the same people that didn't even like Muhammad Ali now treating a guy. Yeah, but those were the same
he was
people.
Hated, but then later on, he was loved.
I know. But like my second point is,
hold on. Let me say this. Look, what you asking for is some utopia shit. All right, shit is not utopia, bro. At the end of the day, Oscar did his fucking job with Chavez, but I still ain't like his ass for it. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. You beat my man, bro. You know what I mean? It is what it is, B.
That's how I feel about Leonard and Hagler, man. I was mad at Leonard too.
But
Yeah,
I
like-
say this. Say Muhammad Ali were able to beat Larry Holmes, and he stuck around until Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson would have fought
I
Ali.
mean, come on.
How would y'all feel? How
But
would
now
y'all
you
feel
up-
about
yeah,
Mike?
but now
How would
you
y'all
went-
feel about Mike? That's not fair,
but
bro.
now
That's
you
fantasy
right,
land
yeah,
right
but
there,
now you-
bro.
That whole scenario is bonkers. Like, come on, that shit is not even relatable. Like, come on, B. Like, this, look, at the end of the day, this is what it is, B. Larry was going to talk his shit and do things on his terms. Everything in life is causality. It's like the shit we say about shills, right? Look, I'm not going to tell you to bow down to nobody. I'm not going to tell you that you got to play the game. What I'm saying is shit is A and B. If you don't play the game, B is going to happen. If you play the game, C is going to happen, because everything in life is causality. So when you snap at people and come at people like that, right, there's going to be people that don't like that shit. I'm not telling you to change who you are. Be who you are so you get what you get. You know, if that's what got you to the medal, hey, awesome. But just know everything in life has consequences, good and bad consequences.
Mike
All
Tyson
right?
actually got Larry for Muhammad Ali. He promised him he would.
Of
He tore him up.
Of
There's
course,
a
of course.
there's a story that a lot of people don't know about. I don't know if you people know, but relating to this Larry Holmes fight with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali had beaten Spinks, right? Spinks.
Leon Spinks, yeah.
Leon Spinks.
That was a top rank fight, right? The Honorable Bob Arum asked Muhammad Ali to retire. He said, "You don't need to fight anymore, champ." Then he paid him almost $300,000. And at that time,
Which is a lot of money. That was a lot of money at the time. Oh shit, Bob Arum got the Alexis. He wasn't supposed to tell that story.
I know, but like this is what I was gonna say. The reason why we bring up certain names to juxtapose it to certain fighters, that's the barrier. And if they didn't meet that barrier, you can't be in that a class of esteemed individuals. You know it.
Look, when ESPN tries to tell me that Fury is the GOAT because he knocked out White, yeah, I'm gonna get fucking mad. Y'all didn't think AJ was the GOAT because he knocked out White. Who called Povetkin the GOAT because he not? So cut the fucking malarkey. The fucking malarkey. I ain't even gonna call it the bullshit. Cut the malarkey. He knocked out
unmitigated temerity. The unmitigated temerity of these individuals.
Word, man. Like what type of shit is this? We're knocking also because you knocked out Bambi. And you fought Bambi for 3 years, fam. I'm not knocking you. You have a legitimate claim towards being this era's premier heavyweight. That claim is legitimate. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, fam. Your body of work is nowhere near Foreman's or Ali's, who beat him. Let's cut the shit.
It's not even near Ernie Shavers, bro. And mind you, Ernie Shavers.
No, he got a better career than Ernie Shavers now. Let's not be silly. Let's not be silly. He does have a better career than Ernie Shavers.
Who?
Because he has a belt?
Fury.
Because he has a belt. That's it. Because he has a belt.
Come on now. When was Ernie ever? Come on, bro. When was Ernie ever the premier heavyweight of that era? He was a guy that hit hard with a bad gas tank.
That's a fact. But I'm talking in terms of resume and fighter v fighter, bro. He doesn't.
I'm just saying, when motherfuckers think of that era, when we having a conversation as who was the premier heavyweight of this era, the premier heavyweight of this era, Fury is in that convo. Now, Drew says a bad motherfucker for only having one elite win versus Vlad. Let's stop it. Yeah, Drew not having that shit, Alexis. I'm just saying. It's a lot of motherfuckers that's not having that shit. Drew said Alexis hating on Usyk. One dude is a mental health case, and the other is a war-tested and real practicing Orthodox Christian. Intangibles is not close. Drew got another one for you. Fury looks slick and athletic against guys who ain't athletic. Usyk is more athletic than Fury by a mile.
Drew. I wonder what you're gonna be paying or Jules for next time.
Yo, listen,
So
Drew not done with you. He said Usyk timing in the AJ fight in the first 30 seconds. How many champions has Sugar Hill built? Aye, he coming at your neck, bro. He is coming at your neck, bro.
Doesn't matter how many you built. You built that one.
Defended the heavyweight strap 2 times. Can't be the GOAT. Can't be the GOAT. He could be the GOAT milk, but not the GOAT. He could be the GOAT milk. He could be the GOAT cheese.
I love this. This is what you call A-side fighters. They evoke such passionate, both negative and positive from people, man. And Fury's gonna be one of these guys that no matter what he does, they're gonna get criticized. No matter what he does. I see it.
No, that's not. See, this is where I'm getting uncomfortable.
You don't even get that.
Wait. Let me read the super chat. Let me read the super chat.
AJ like that, bro.
Hold on. Let me read the super chat. Let me read the super chat. Tyson got Larry back for the Ali beating. Let me tell you why. You brought up AJ, right? Here's why you don't see me criticize AJ. Nobody. No, you're not letting me talk.
Go ahead.
I don't think of AJ in the same conversation as Lennox. I don't think of AJ in the same conversation as Larry, even though there are parallels. But I don't see people elevating him to that. So why would I? If you told me, yo, yeah, AJ is the next, no, he's not, bro. We're a long fucking way from that. All right. If you tell me that about damn near anybody in this area, I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? Which one of these fucking guys is gonna be Cassius? There won't be another resume like that. You understand that? It won't be one. It ain't gonna be another Tyson. I'll tell you that motherfucking shit. For what he did for the sport? No. Young ass motherfucker, 20 years old, out here fighting grown ass men and beating their ass like he they daddy. It ain't gonna be another. It won't. I'm telling you it won't. All right. So when I see these guys, and these is good guys, Fury's a good guy, AJ's a good guy, but AJ is at least humble enough, which I respect, that he don't do that. And he don't let other people do that. That's why you're not going to hear that. Fury is being elevated to GOAT status for Wilder and White.
And also, look at AJ's resume. AJ fought more. Top ranked fighters than Tyson Fury, and that's a fact.
And what does that matter?
That's a fact.
And what does that matter, though? He would beat freaking AJ's ass. He's gonna beat Usyk. Why you need to beat all these other guys if you can just beat the top guy?
Because that's what everybody else did. The people they comparing to you to, that's what they did. If
so you need to tell me you can take off
one at a time. If they're gonna compare you to the Tysons and Alis of the world, okay, then I'm expecting to see Tyson and Ali resumes. And I don't see that. You beat Vlad and then left for 2 years. That counts against you. I don't give a fuck why you left. You left, all right? You weren't exiled like Ali. You didn't get locked up like Tyson. You fucking left because you couldn't hack it because people didn't like you. That's why you left. And they was turning the heat up on you for the Nandrolone. That's why you left, all right? I could forgive all that. Come back. Beat people up. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not your judge of character. I'm a boxing fan. Come back. Right. Beat people up. You know, that's all you got to do, really. But if we're going to get into this, if we're going to start bringing up these fucking people like Lennox Lewis, like Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, even Rocky Marciano, right? They held up Rocky Marciano's record next to Tyson Fury's, and I fucking laughed. At 32 years old, Rocky Marciano had 49 fucking fights, 49-0. You 34, you don't got that.
Right.
Why? 'Cause you more creative with your shit than Rocky. Rocky gets a lot of shit because people don't take the time to look at who he fought and who was there to fight. He fought who was there to fight. You are more selective than the people they keep comparing you to. Those guys wasn't as selective as you, bro. You want to, I'm done. That's it. Rocky wasn't like that, bro. Rocky had back problems. That's the reason they say he retired. Do you have back problems? So what's the problem? Oh, you don't have to drive. Well, then no, you can't be up there with Rock. Rock had to drive to get to 49-0.
You ever see a picture of Rocky Marciano's fists? They're huge.
Listen, Who has seen the picture of Rocky Marciano with that fucked up shit over his nose, bro?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he fought Ezra Charles, and Ezra Charles was beating the hell out of him. Like, bro, like.
All right, now if you bring up these people, see, most people don't know this stuff, and that's cool. What most people don't know, I'm just saying, I can only speak for myself. When you bring up these people that have been through the fucking grinder in a way that you don't see, no, I'm gonna look for that. Like, oh, so you like rocking them and Ali, and all right, well, let me see what you got, and what I see, Dillian White, and I'm ready to retire. You're joking, right?
No, your paperwork not looking good.
Yes, he is joking.
I hope so. I hope so. Like, I'm not knocking him. If you want to retire, retire. All I'm saying is, if you retire, your resume is gonna seem like a Ward resume, which isn't bad, by the way. He was a great fighter. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but he was a great fighter. It's just that
Ward fought in the Super 6.
There was always a feeling of unfinished business. Like, bro, you was one belt away from undisputed at 68. It didn't happen. Then you were one belt away from undisputed at 75, and it didn't happen. So if you were to leave, if Fury were to leave, you're one belt away from undisputed. You're just a couple of months away from getting an answer as to, okay, who would I have to go through if I wanted to stay and fight for undisputed? You're just a couple of months away from that. And, we're hearing retirement. Why are we hearing retirement at all? 34 is not old for a heavyweight. What are we joking? How old was Luis Ortiz when he got his first title shot? That's not old, bro.
He was 55.
Fuck, man.
Yo, you ever seen?
But can I
answer
answer, Alexis, what you were saying? Can I answer
Yeah.
what you were saying, Alexis?
Say that again.
Alexis, you have to understand. Oh, you can knock off the top guy, but like, hey, if you take 3 years off, right? You're missing out on a whole bunch of action with elite level guys ready to fight. Because hey, now you ducked the Vlad rematch when you could have fought him. Let's say, hey, he was gonna beat Vlad again. We just gotta see the fight to happen. We have to fight the fights to see who's the one. And also understand this. Say if you beat Vlad again, right? Say if you beat Vlad again, you have to defend all those titles because you're the man. And now you beat Vladimir Klitschko. You're gonna have to fight other guys. You're gonna have to fight your mandatories. You're gonna have to fight all this.
Let me interject. I'm glad you brought that up because I count this against Fury. You didn't fight Vlad for a second time. You didn't. Now, Joe Frazier beat Muhammad Ali. Joe Frazier beat Muhammad Ali. He didn't have to fight him 2 more times. He didn't have to fight him 2 more times after that. Now, I fucking beat you, bro. I don't have to keep fucking fighting you. I fucking beat you, right? But they did that. They did that. All right? So these are the people that we're comparing Fury to. You skipped out on Vladimir, bro.
The Muhammad Ali thing. He fought Joe Frazier 3 times. He lost the first one.
Yeah, he won the
Beat
last
the second one. Now you go for a tiebreaker. The thing is, so wait a minute. But the thing is this. And all the criticisms that y'all giving Fury, believe me, I understand them because I gave him those criticisms when he didn't come back and give Vladimir Klitschko his rematch. So I've been on that side. But, right, because I can recapacitar sometimes and see things. He came back out his 3-year layoff. Right? He came back on a 3-year layoff. All I know, finish the story. The story is he comes back after the 3-year layoff, right? And there's two guys that the boxing world's talking about, heavyweights that the boxing world's talking about. There is Deontay Wilder and there's Anthony Joshua. There was nobody else existed. They wanted to see these two guys. There was two best. That's what all the fanfare. He comes back, beats one of those guys, right? And then consequently beats him 2 more times. One of those times, well, the first time he caused a sensation the way he got up. You understand? The second time he beats him, it was a whitewash. right? He was just a whitewash. Comes down, and people didn't want to believe that he's a puncher. He did what he had to do to change what he had to change to come back and beat his ass like that. The third time he comes back for a fight of the fucking year, bro. Like he done things. Then they say he's ducking Dillian White. Dillian White didn't get his Mando a shot for 1 billion fucking days, right? He comes back, gives Dillian White his title shot, right? Dillian White, like a dickhead, instead of being, they say that a happy fighter is nothing's more dangerous than a happy fighter. But he chose to be miserable about it. He chose to be miserable about it, and he got a miserable fighter in the ring who didn't perform well, right? Which kind of proves that old adage. That's not Fury's fault.
But who said that's Fury's fault, bro? What that got to do with elevating him to Ali status?
Now Fury says
it doesn't.
Retiring. Him retiring is tantamount. I'm gonna tell you what it's tantamount to me. It's tantamount to Jose. You know who's Jose? The Cinnamon, right? Jose, you know what the fuck your nigga used to do? Jose would do a whole set, right? He would sing the fucking song, motherfuckers crying and bitches, you know. then he like say goodbye to the fucking audience, right? He'd goodbye to the audience. He was like, oh my God, no man. Then he'd go stand behind the curtain and come right the fuck back out. They got a motherfucking standing ovation. I'm trying to tell you, man. Listen to me, y'all. I'm trying to lead you down the path of righteousness. I'm trying to teach y'all something. I'm trying
You know,
to teach
DMX
y'all
used Jose in one of his songs. DMX actually sampled him on It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Jose is one of the baddest motherfuckers to ever hold the mic. Let me just say that. But that's not the hero.
It was on Let Me Fly, but whatever.
I'm telling you that Fury is on his Jose shit right now.
Okay. Let me say esto entonces. If he's on his Jose, está bien. Because that means, espera, that's because he's supposed to come back then. So vamos a ver if he's Jose or if he's, we'll see. Let me read these super chats. When Usyk becomes undisputed at heavyweight like Holyfield in less than 25 fights, he becomes a top 10 heavyweight and top 20 ATG pound for pound. Kendall Jack says, if undisputed money is right, Fury retires. I mean, that's how I feel about it because, see, this is the thing.
That's what he's doing, bro.
The game done changed, right? Because, and you have to give Fury, I give him credit for this, believe it or not. Fury thought outside the box, and I encourage more fighters and just more athletes in general. Any individual that uses their body to make a living, you know you're on borrowed time doing that, whether you're a linebacker or a boxer. So you got to do these things to keep the money flowing. Fury did something that's very smart. He went to the fucking WWE. They gave him $14 million to do that bullshit, and it wasn't even shit. He got
great investment.
Great investment. And there's residual revenue in association with, or there could be, I should say, right? On top of that, he could have a Maymax scale fight. It could surpass Maymax. I'll dare say that. I dare say Fury versus Ngannou could be bigger than because they're heavyweights. They're heavyweights. Everybody know that the big men. It's all right. Couple of little guys, little jab right hand. Yes, the little guys, they scrappy. Fight till they burger. But when the big men fight, the big men, big old men, when they fight, the world watch. The world watch.
And the fact that he's willing to do it with a what they call that, a handicap. Right? Yeah. He's willing to do it in a way. You see the whatever, when it's smaller gloves or in 4-minute rounds or whatever, which is why my beef with that whole Maymax shit. In order for any what they call the MMA fighter to deal with a boxer, I think for me to have any kind of interest in it, each one has to be giving up something. You understand?
Well, I'll say this. I don't. You know why I don't feel that way? This is why I don't feel that way. I'm a firm believer. If you shit the bed, it's on you. Now you want boxing money, right? Because they don't pay you like they pay us. You don't make what we make, right? That's that's Floyd shit. That's Floyd shit, right? You want boxing money, right? You need to box. I don't need you. I don't need you.
No, I agree with that. What I'm saying is that in order for me to be interested in that kind of event and lend it any of attention or give it any semblance of legitimacy or credit, it would have to be done in that way. And if he does that with Ngannou, I would tune in for that.
Yeah, but this is the asshole in me and the evil in me, right? These mixed martial arts motherfuckers is like your little cousin that don't shut the fuck up. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck if men are wrestling in tight ass underwear. On my block, that's not a fight, bro. That's you ain't got hands, so you want to wrestle, all right? I don't want to watch that shit. I don't want to watch that shit. You want to wrestle because you know he got hands and you don't got hands like that. See, I don't want to watch that shit. I want to watch people get punched in their face. I don't want to watch you. Oh, I'm gonna put the suplex 4-figure crab check. I don't want to watch that fucking
crab check. He's putting him in
the crab shack.
Want to see somebody
crab shack.
I either want to see somebody get punched in their face or kicked in their head, bro. That's why I like watching K1.
I'm fucking like the Khabib. Look, I respect the hell out of Khabib for 2 reasons. He's a man of principle, and he is a devout Muslim, and I respect his faith, even though I myself am not Muslim. But I've always admired that about him, the reverence that he has for his beliefs. And that makes him, I believe that's a part of the reason that he's so good at what he did and had the success that he had. That's me respecting him as a man and as a human being. But as far as watching him fight, all you're going to do is lay on the dude. You're going to lay. I don't want to watch that. I want to see people slip punches, come over with hooks. I want to see that. Yep. That's what I want to see. I ain't here for I'm going to lay on you. I don't want to see that. It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out. Get up, man. Get up. Do that shit. All right? That's why I can't get into MMA. I could watch kickboxing. I can't watch. I can't. You're going to lay on the floor. Like when Holly Holm beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey, bro, almost nutted in my pants, yo. That was beautiful. Moving, punching, moving with the southpaw jab. Southpaw jab. Kicked in the head. Bang. It's like, ooh.
Ronda never do a hitter, man.
Yo, bro, when she got kicked in her shit like that, I was like, God damn.
That's because Ronda wanted to prove that she had hands. How stupid was that? You've been beating everybody's ass doing judo. Now you want to go away with it, and you want to have hands. This was stupid.
Ronda was
one of the best boxers ever.
But listen,
did you guys see the video of the face-off? Ronda was actually scared of her.
Bro, listen, I swear on God, it's on Facebook. I put it on my Facebook. I already knew Holly, the preacher's daughter, used to box out of what was it, New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I knew all about it. I'm like, yo, Ronda about to lose. Holly got the style. Holly is not a fighter that steps into her punches. She was always moving punch, and she's a southpaw, come from a kickboxing back. Like I already knew, right? Bang. So I watched the fight, almost nutting my pants and shit, and it's like, yo, dog, like, what do they say? Pride comes just before the fall. You didn't need Holly. Like, why are you fucking with this woman, B? Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Nah, you want her hands, right? Because of your pride. Get it.
And Amanda Nunes almost killed Ronda Rousey. That was bad.
Bro, the way she was capping her in her face, yo, you can't get hit like that, son. You can't get
hit like that. Like, yo, you about to die, B. Yo,
the way she's getting 2-piece rated, but it was like watching somebody that never fought get 2-piece, because it was like, yo, you just getting all of her fists. Like you ain't riding it.
You getting the turn of the knuckles on your shit, B.
We're like,
you know who I wanted to see Ronda fight was Cyborg, man.
Me too.
I wanted to see Ronda fight Cyborg.
Nah, Cyborg would have killed her. Like it would have been like, or Ronda would have had to take her down to the ground, because real talk, like you see how Amanda Nunes did her. Cyborg would have done her work.
Oh, she tore Cyborg up.
Listen,
you never fought Cyborg?
No, Amanda Nunes.
Amanda, and I gotta say this because most people don't remember that Amanda was a bit of a social pariah. I remember that she just wasn't getting no love before the Ronda fight. And what really changed people's minds was when she beat the shit out of Cyborg. That's when more like she's a bad. I seen that, and I don't even watch MMA. I was like, yo, she's bad.
She caught Cyborg
man.
with a
Like in
hook
the
or some
first
shit and
round?
put her out. And
Didn't
she put her
take her out
out,
in the
B.
first round?
Yeah,
she put
B.
her out.
Fucking, and I still, I still got love for Amanda and Rose Hunas. They dope people, yo. They just they dope fighters. If I don't watch your sport, but when you fight, I pay attention. That's how I know, like, yeah, you, son, because you bringing eyes to the shit. I don't watch these motherfuckers, man. I don't know who the fuck these motherfuckers is. Like, Kane, who the fuck are these people, yo? Eddie Yan or whatever, the zombie Chinese man. I don't know who the fuck these people are, but I know some Rose. I know some Rose Mama Hana Hunas. I know her.
Title shots with five bouts. They get a title shot, bro.
Bro, Dana found a way to recycle fighters, bro.
Because he made it about the product and not the fighter. He made it about the league. He made it about him. You know.
I ain't mad at his hustle. I'm just saying that, like, you really just doing like a real full-on circle jerk, like, because that's when you look at the ranks and then you see how it's like, yeah, y'all just recycling fighters at this point. I hope you find another McGregor. He got that kid in Liverpool, that blonde-looking kid that looked like one of the Beatles but blonde. Real potential in him. Like, you might have found the next cash cow in him because we know them UK guys, they support they boys. The question is, does he have the ability to go all the way? Because people losing your shit all the time. Y'all been hyping up John Bones Joe's fights. That man ain't fought in like how long?
Yo, seriously.
But the thing is, that crazy motherfucker delivers, B. That dude
I'm not saying he don't,
over.
fam. I'm just saying when I be seeing John Bones Jones, yo, I've been seeing this for 2.5 or however, it's been a while since he actually fought.
That's a fact.
And you needed to give Dana fucking up because that's one fight that will get you money. And I believe that the dispute is with Francis and Dana and John Bones Jones. Like, yo, that's a fight that if you made it, yo, I might buy it.
Right.
You didn't make it?
I'll watch that fight. But I think it's on John more than it is on Dana because John said, yeah, I'm going to move up to heavyweight for a long while ago, right? And he said, yo, I'm having trouble putting weight on me. Bro, you don't got to be anywhere. You don't have to be anything super crazy. You could just be 225 and use your speed. Because as long as you're not like 265, bro, you'll be
but money. Look. If I'm Dana, right? This the thing. You gotta make things happen. Don King did it. You know, Bob Arum's still doing it. You gotta make things happen. Be like, yo, John, man, won't you stop dicking around and get all these M's? Be this what you gonna get for this, man? Is you with it or is you with it?
What's up with Roberto?
Data speed the shit like, yo, this is what's in this shit, bro. This is what's in this shit. We gonna do this fight? We not gonna do this fight? What the fuck? Because you don't really have shit right now. Like, you don't. Amanda lost, right? She as dope as I think she, because I think she's dope, but she never really took off like Ronda though. Like Ronda, like she did take off, be like all over the place. You can't get away from this angry looking broad. She's on everything. Be cereal boxes, wrestling, all type of shit. She's at every fucking thing.
TV shows, night shows, all that.
All type of shit, yo. They saying she'll beat Floyd. I was laughing like, y'all really think she'll beat Floyd?
Really hurt herself when she started talking about Floyd and then lost.
I was
rolling.
Floyd beat up women and dudes. Like, let's not even. Let's really keep it a buck, bro.
You're not gonna make Floyd no fan saying that shit. All I'm saying is,
let's keep it a buck. Floyd was beating up dudes in bars and clubs way before Gervonta and Adrian Broner did. And you got to remember, he has a history of putting his hands on women, bro. So, like, let
me read the super chat. They piling up. Hey, like seeing a guy split somebody head open with an elbow. Yeah, as long as they ain't doing that wrestling. Like, see, I don't dislike wrestling. If you could flip the fucker, flip him. What I don't want to see is guys rolling on the floor to get up. Yo, he's got the crab mount and he's doing the ground and pound. Like, bro, can y'all get the fuck up and fight?
Oh,
like,
man.
I don't want to watch this shit.
Look at this Drew wrote.
Ain't there an MMA fighter coming to boxing now? I think. Man, Petty.
Oh man,
He's only like because they say you're right. That actually is why. Like no bullshit. That's why. Like I don't want to see people rolling on the floor. That's a cop out. Like I want to see the hands. I want to see the speed. I want to see motherfuckers get folded up by punches.
Bring up that last comment, please.
Which one?
Homeboy, I like crab mouth because homie was walling, man.
Who?
Now go back. He said, "I love me a crab mouth." I was like, "What?
What?
Yeah, bro." Like I said, I love me some crab mouth. I said, "Hey, yo,
Wait,
I don't know what's going on in them comments, B. But I'm
bro,
tell you, look, it's 11:03.
Hey,
I'm
Jules,
old.
Jules, real quick before
Jules,
you
make
go,
me a
shut
mod
it
so I
down,
can
man.
really get these people out of it, man."
Hey, Jules, before you shut it down, man, I sent you a link of called Law in Sports, man. They got a great in-depth article on scoring boxing matches, man. They go really in-depth, like big time.
I'll read the shit. I'll read the shit.
I sent it to your Twitter. It's from 2015, man, but it's a kick-ass site.
I'll read the shit.
Send it to me too, please.
And if I think it's I could do a video on it,
Chris.
Because see, this is the thing, right? Every time, like when we live and we here talking, right? Y'all be seeing that I go in my phone and I score the fight, and I always get a lot of shit for how I score the fight. But when the fight is fucking over, it's always the same thing. Yeah, I have it how the judges had it. All right. A lot of people think they know how to score a fight. For example, when I said I gave Dillian White round 1, I gave him that. Cavallari's card looks just like mine, bro. It's just like mine. He gave White the first, and he gave Fury the subsequent 4. So stop telling me I don't know what I'm doing. What I'm doing is trying to see how the judges have it. And so far, I be on point with my shit. When I motherfucking said Conceição was down, Conceição was down. When I said Dubois was up, he was up. That's all I'm saying. Stop telling me, because I don't know what the fuck y'all be scoring. Like in the Ugas fight. Motherfuckers had Ugas up at the huh? How? For doing what? He getting his ass beat. It's one-sided.
Taking uppercuts to the face, like literally. Yo, bro, y'all saw Ugas' face, B? I said, God damn.
Hey, Chris, are you on Twitter?
Yeah, it's Chris A. Matthews on Twitter. But like I was gonna say this before we go. Yo, Dennis Ugas hit Errol Spence with 2 hard shots, and he almost stopped Spence. Imagine what Terence Crawford would do. Like, bro.
Why you think I'm not arguing with motherfuckers no more? Like, y'all just keep or whatever. Just keep believing that shit. Keep believing.
And there's on that matter until the night of.
Yeah, and there's a reason why he went to.
That's it.
And there's a reason why he went to Snack. He's trying to kill Errol Spence. Like really trying to kill Errol Spence, or he's trying to go PC on him, if you know what I mean.
I mean, look, man, this the main shit, because just getting away, like, this is the thing. I've been a boxing fan now that I'm an old man. I've been a boxing fan for a very long time, right? And the toxicity of boxing is the difference between watching boxing now and when I was and before is this mad dick sucking ass motherfuckers that like yo dog, if you want to suck Errol dick, that is your fucking problem, bro.
Prerogative, like literally.
Like my whole thing is I want to see a fight. My whole thing the last 4 years is I want to see the fight. You don't want to see the fight, so you don't like me for that. Because you know why he gotta fight Crawford. I had a dude on here the other day. Errol don't need Crawford. He don't need that right now. Like, why you sound, bro?
Yeah, I remember seeing that weirdo dude on your stream talking about Errol. I was like, yo, bro, these people are weird, B. Like, those are people
weird, B. Like,
those are people you put in gulags.
Like, you not a look. I'm a boxing fan, and I said it earlier today to another cat that's a weirdo. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not Fury publicist. I'm nobody's publicist. I'm a boxing fan that want to see boxing matches. So excuse the fuck out of me if I want to see Fury fight the winner of Joshua versus Usyk. My bad. I ain't supposed to want that.
Julius, before I get off here, Spence fans are now lepers. Just call them lepers from now on. They are lepers.
Wow.
They're lepers.
It's fun to stay at the Wow.
YMCA.
You can
Why you
arrow
gonna
the
finish-
Spence. You can arrow the Spence. Like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with a lot of y'all,
You
B?
can ever
You crazy, man.
All right, one more time for the outro. Motherfuckers, man. All right, I'm out, man. I'm out this shit, bro.
Right.
All right, man. Have a good night, guys.
All right, bro. See you on the next one, bro.